know Drew McIntyre is one huge troll in and out of the ring, especially with his feud with CM Punk. But today on X, one tweet may have ended it all for Mr. Phil Brooks. We'll go over what that is right here on Off the Scripts. CM Punk is looking to restructure his WWE contract, what that means for his future within the company. And WWE, Nick Khan, Triple H, we're in London today to meet with city officials. We may be closer than ever to bring WrestleMania into the United Kingdom. AEW move over. WWE looks to be taking over Wembley Stadium as soon as WrestleMania 42. I got all the latest right here on today's Extra right here on Off the Script. We will start with CM Punk. Apparently, CM Punk is looking to restructure his WWE deal. Happy with his current run. Both Punk and WWE are. What does this mean in regards to Punk's future with the company? There have been a lot of conflicting reports in regards to CM Punk's WWE deal. It was initially reported that CM Punk is trying to restructure his WWE contract after his return to WWE in November at Survivor Series. Now, Ibu of Wrestling Purists, who does have some connections with Punk and some connections within the industry, first reported that Punk is trying to get his deal restructured. He also noted that he believes Punk is currently under a 3-year deal. Now, while speaking on the Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer, again, him and Punk, and when you hear Meltzer and Punk in the same sentence, please take it with a grain of salt. Dave Meltzer reported that Punk is under a short-term deal that is expiring, and the two sides are working on an extension. However, it was said that the current deal does not have rollovers. PW Insider then reported that Punk and WWE signed a 3-year deal the night that he returned in Chicago at Survivor Series, which would carry him through November of 2026. This doesn't factor in the possible time he missed due to injury and that being added on. It was said that the two sides are talking about a new deal, but WWE are the ones who approached Punk about working out a new deal, and they are seeking to lock in what is described as a bigger deal. Two sources use that terminology in the overall CM Punk story and stated that it was something the company initiated, not CM Punk. One source told them why the company would want to get a new deal done. New world, huge numbers, merch, and socials. WrestleVotes also shared this in regards about the CM Punk contract situation. He says, and I quote, "Regarding the recent CM Punk news, a source tells me the company is extremely happy with Punk's attitude, commitment, drawing power, both TV numbers and social media views, and big merchandise sales. It's safe to say they want to continue this momentum for as long as possible," end quote. So Meltzer is out here stating that CM Punk signed a short-term deal when he came back at Survivor Series in November last year. PW Insider went on to say that WWE signed him to a 3-year deal. I don't know what the truth is, but somewhere in both of these reports, and then obviously Ibu of Wrestling Purists, somewhere in all of these reports, there lies the truth. CM Punk signed a 3-year deal to come back to WWE. Was it for the money that he was making in AEW under Tony Khan? No. No, it was not. WWE more than likely got the steal of the century when they signed CM Punk, because let's be honest, folks, we all love CM Punk. We all appreciate that he's back on television. I, for one, love it when he's back on television. And he is absolutely sorely needed. And you can see what he's done to the product since being back. The excitement, the realism, the intensity, everything is so much better and amplified when CM Punk is there. But let's be honest. Where was CM Punk going to go outside of WWE? Nobody else would have paid him what he wanted, and nobody else would have taken him coming out of that AEW relationship with the reputation that he's garnered over there. Now, I don't know what WWE is paying him. But he was not going to TNA. He was not going to Japan. He was not going anywhere else. It was either WWE or end up retiring. Sitting in Chicago with Larry and April and just ride out the rest of your days doing whatever you want. There was only one place that he was going to go, and that was WWE. WWE signed CM Punk to a 3-year deal, and they paid him the absolute bare minimum under the guise of, if you fuck up, you are done. They probably gave him 3 years, and somewhere in that 3 years, there was a behavioral contract included. If he fucks up, he's done. One time, he's done. The guy's been on his best behavior. He's been mingling with NXT. He's been teaching and molding the new talent while he was out injured. WWE sees the numbers that he's doing in and out of the ring. WWE sees the interest that CM Punk brings to the overall product. Now, because he's been on his best behavior, because let's be honest, again, he's got to. He has to be on his best behavior. He is going to get the pay that he wants. Is it going to be as much or equal or better than what he did in AEW, what Tony Khan paid him? No. No, there was a rumor going around that Tony Khan was paying him upwards towards $5 million per year. No, he's not making anywhere close to $5 million a year. CM Punk is going to live a happy life. WWE is going to pay him. They will probably give him a very, very decent salary with the back end coming from merchandise, and it's probably going to end up being more merch than anything. So CM Punk is looking to restructure his deal. No doubt about it that there was a behavioral contract included in that 3 years, and if he fucked up, he was done. But let's be honest, where was he going to go? He was not going to go anywhere else but WWE, and WWE brought him on in under the guise of all these different rules, and they wanted him. And WWE, they were in a position that, hey, man, he wants to be with us. We don't really, necessarily want him or dying to have him, but, let's give Punk some credit. WWE had brought Punk in, and Punk made everybody a believer again because nobody really understood what they were getting. Nobody really trusted him. WWE didn't have any idea what the fuck was going on. Everything that you're watching with CM Punk is a fucking happenstance, man. It was a lightning in a bottle situation. It was. We were going to get the Rollins situation going into WrestleMania, and then Punk got hurt, and it just changed the course of everything moving on into the next 12 months, 18 months. It's crazy. Now WWE was looking to ride that wave of momentum. They see what CM Punk is bringing to the table. I don't know if they expected it to be this big. I don't know if they expected it to be this epic. But Punk is back, and now he is looking to get paid for the business and the service that he's bringing WWE. Look at everything. It's amplified, man. This is a great move. CM Punk will probably end up retiring in WWE, and there is a rumor that Punk wants to stay with WWE for the rest of his life, and when he's done in ring, he wants to transition down to NXT and help run NXT. This is a guy, again, whether you believe him or not, wants to help the future of the business. I don't know why it didn't go over so well in AEW, but here in WWE, all of the young kids and everybody in NXT, they can't wait to get their hands on CM Punk and just pull information out of him. Punk is wanting to help the talent in NXT. I mean, it's a different atmosphere. It's a different world. Why we heard so many nasty, bad things about AEW and Punk's relationship over there with them, but he's over here, and all you hear are the NXT kids down at the Performance Center. They can't wait to get CM Punk there. They can't wait to talk to CM Punk. CM Punk helped this guy. CM Punk helped her. I mean, it's just a different situation. So I'm excited that we are on the course of a long-term CM Punk partnership. You see what he's done to television. You see the excitement he's brought to television. And I think it's a great thing as long as he can be on his best behavior, which I think coming out of November, I don't think anything from this point on is going to happen. I think he'd be the dumbest motherfucker on the face of the planet if he did anything to ruin the relationship that he's got right now with WWE. He knows that they are a cash cow, and he wants some of that cash. And he knows that if he fucks up, it's all over. So CM Punk, I believe he's going to be on his best behavior because I believe he wants to be on his best behavior. I believe he wants to be here. I believe he wants to benefit from the success that WWE's having, and he wants some of that for himself. Who wouldn't? And I do believe CM Punk wants to be around the kids, the Performance Center, NXT. I genuinely think he's having a good time back on WWE television. Who wouldn't be? He's in the biggest storyline outside the bloodline in all of professional wrestling, and people are eating out of the palm of his hand. Great stuff. I can't wait to see Punk and the relationship with WWE continue on for many, many more years until he retires. Speaking of Drew McIntyre, he posted this picture. You might be looking at it and saying, no, JD, this is AI generated. No, folks, this is a real picture that Drew McIntyre uploaded to his social media account on X and on Instagram, and then it was deleted very, very quickly. That didn't stop it from garnering 41,000 likes and over 1.4 million impressions before he deleted it. But the master of trolls might have just ended the CM Punk feud once and for all with this one picture of himself and Jack Perry. Where they are, I have no idea, but we all knew Drew McIntyre was very good at social media. This just put him into the GOAT status. I don't know why he deleted it. I'm sure he got a phone call from Triple H and Nick Khan. Listen, man, Drew, what the fuck are you doing, man? Listen, man, we're all in on this CM Punk and Drew McIntyre feud, man. We're going to make it as epic as we can. We're going to give you Hell in a Cell. We got this long program over 3 matches coming up. Man, this ain't needed, man. Come on. You're just going to anger him, and then you're going to fucking force him to go on a tirade, and then we're going to have to make the unfortunate situation of cutting him, man. Come on. We don't want to poke the bear, but I don't know, man. I don't know what possessed him to post this picture. I don't know what CM Punk maybe think. I don't think CM Punk gives a shit, to be quite honest with you, but why would you even risk that, man? It looks like to me, honestly, that someone in WWE, Drew McIntyre, maybe management, looking to test CM Punk with all the news about them restructuring his contract, man. Is he on his best behavior? Let's see him fucking behave. With this picture floating around out there with the guy he's been feuding for 7 months now, man. Let's see if he is on his best behavior with this picture floating around out there. Come on. Can't be doing this shit, man. That's a funny-ass picture, though, man. I love it. Drew McIntyre is a fucking GOAT, and it was promptly deleted, but everybody, social media nowadays, man, nothing gets by people. It's on everybody's fucking mobile devices now. That picture ain't going nowhere, man. That picture is going to live in infamy for the rest of existence. But he did promptly delete it after uploading it, man. So shout out to Drew McIntyre, man. That's some GOAT shit right there from the former WWE champion. Speaking of WWE champion, Damian Priest, the World Heavyweight Champion. He finally spoke on his Money in the Bank botch pin attempt against Seth Rollins. He says, I didn't forget to kick out. It was a matter of there was a situation. He was interviewed by the New York Post. If you guys don't remember, let me give you guys a refresher. Near the end of the match, Rollins hit a Falcon Arrow, and the referee stopped counting at 2, even though Priest didn't kick out. A lot of people were thinking, well, maybe this is where WWE forgot to cue in Drew McIntyre's music because there was supposed to be a cash-in, and the referee's count was supposed to be stopped by McIntyre's music hitting the PA system. Sounds a little foolish. Sounds a little hokey, but, you know, we've seen that happen from time to time in the past. But that's not what happened. Reportedly, according to Damian Priest, McIntyre appeared with the Money in the Bank briefcase to cash in. The match continued as it turned into a triple threat match. Priest went over to retain. So he spoke with the New York Post. He says this about the pin attempt botch at Money in the Bank. Priest said, the idea that I forgot to kick out, that's not a thing. We don't forget to kick out. 20 years in, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of muscle memory there. So me forgetting was not the case. There was nothing outside that was supposed to happen, meaning there's no music that's supposed to hit. Nobody's supposed to interfere. It was a matter of there was a situation. And then he follows up with, but I'm okay. Everybody's fine. The story continues. It doesn't affect anything. The show goes on, and I think fans are very invested in everything that's going on. The ones that matter knew the situation, and nobody thought twice about it. It was, let's move on. End quote. Priest will defend the WWE World title against Gunther at SummerSlam. So from his explanation here with the New York Post, McIntyre's music was not supposed to hit. No outside situation was supposed to happen. He didn't forget to kick out. So the only thing that is left with us, based on what he said with the New York Post, was that he may have been concussed, which was the other option, the other opinion floating around out there from everybody that watched it and then talked about it afterwards. So Damian Priest was probably concussed at some point during the match. Maybe one of the knees to his head in transition of the Falcon Arrow may have concussed him. I don't know. Maybe he came off the top rope and landed on his head and got knocked out And McIntyre and the music that was supposed to play played exactly when it was supposed to. I have no idea. But it sounds like Damian Priest was supposed to go about it normally, and he didn't because he got concussed. It's the only thing I could surmise from this explanation with Damian Priest and the New York Post. But like he said, it doesn't matter. It's water under the bridge. Nobody was blaming him. Nobody's angry at him. Nobody's talking about it now. Well, I am. But he did talk about it and was asked about it. So I appreciate him opening up and at least giving us some detail about what happened. But nobody's going to go back and think about that. It didn't ruin anything. Everything happened the way that it was supposed to. McIntyre failed his cash in. Punk and McIntyre are on course for a great feud. Punk is now cleared. Damian Priest is going on to Gunther in SummerSlam. Everything is fine. Nothing about it will ever be an issue again. And news just broke right before I hit record, which probably prompted me to want to get some news out to you guys on this Thursday night. WrestleMania London. We could be looking at London and WrestleMania for WrestleMania 42. This is breaking news that was dropped already today, this evening. The mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, met with WWE President Nick Khan and Chief Content Officer Triple H at London's City Hall to discuss their shared ambition of making WrestleMania London a reality. Will WrestleMania 42 happen in London? London is the sporting capital of the world. This is the press release. Home of some of the biggest international sporting events, and Sadiq understands the power of sport not only to bring people together, but also to bring major economic returns. The mayor pledged in April to bring together a task force to explore bringing more sports from North America and around the world to London, including the first international WrestleMania hosted by the United Kingdom. Triple H saw the story and let the mayor know he was ready to talk when he wanted. Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, said, and I quote, "I'm delighted to have met with WWE Hall of Famer Paul Levesque and WWE President Nick Khan today to discuss how we can work to make London's WrestleMania their first international destination. London has great pedigree in hosting the biggest international sporting events from around the globe, and I'm determined to cement our city's reputation as the undisputed sports capital of the world as we work together for a better London for everyone. It's exciting to be working with the WWE team. The meeting was really productive, and talks will continue about how we could turn our ambition into a reality." Nick Khan went on to say, and I quote, "Sadiq Khan and his team are working hard on positioning London as a sport and entertainment capital of Europe, and it has been great to hear more of his vision for how WWE can support them on that journey. WrestleMania has delivered more than $1.25 billion in economic impact for its host cities, with this year's event in Philadelphia attracting over 145,000 fans from 64 countries. There is a lot that needs to be discussed further, but we share the ambition of Mayor Khan in trying to bring a standout WWE premium live event to London." Triple H said, and I quote, "WWE and London have a long and successful history dating back many decades, and meeting with Sadiq Khan to discuss what the future of this partnership could bring has been excellent. This year alone, WWE has taken record-breaking events around the world to Australia, France, Scotland, Saudi Arabia, and Canada. The appetite from fans is there, and the excitement from the mayor and his team in London is palpable." End quote. There was a report that AEW was looking to move a major event in 2025 to a major stadium. Now, I don't know what that event is. We did not get any information out of that. Tony Khan was asked about it. He said, nothing is happening imminently. Now, 2024 is imminently. 2025 is not imminently. So the report may be true, and Tony Khan danced around the question like he usually does and doesn't give us anything as far as information on what he's thinking or what he's planning. He wants to keep everything closely guarded to the vest and dance around the topic. All In is happening at Wembley Stadium for a second year. Now, the first year, they broke records, 81,000 plus in Wembley Stadium. I was there. It was the biggest show that I've ever been to in my entire life. Unbelievable atmosphere. The city was great. The people were great. I can't wait to go back. I'm not going back this year. London this year, all in, you're probably looking at about 50,000. We're 4 weeks away. They'll probably be 51, 52,000. They'll sell a nice chunk of tickets before bell time. It is not going to be anywhere close to the 81,000 plus that they drew last year. Now, I don't know if AEW is thinking about these numbers for future events at Wembley Stadium, but to go from 81,000 and to see the interest drop in the AEW product from 81,000 to about 50,000 plus, roughly 52 maybe, thousand people for the second stadium all-in. What do you think that's going to be for a third stadium all-in? The trend is going to be the biggest show that they've ever done in pro wrestling history for year one. And then year two, you do 52,000. It's not 81,000. What are you going to do in year three? 40,000? 35,000? How many people are going to want to fly out to London to go watch this specific event every single year? It doesn't make great economic business sense for AEW to do all in at Wembley Stadium every year and make that the destination for this show. If AEW is looking to grow, their flagship show, their WrestleMania show needs to be a worldwide commodity, not Wembley Stadium every fucking year with declining interest. AEW would be wise to move Wembley to the United States. People are talking about AT&T Stadium. Some people are talking about potentially Globe Life Stadium. Listen, WWE and AEW are not comparable. You're not going to take All In and compare it to WrestleMania. You're not going to take AEW and compare it to WWE. AEW does not need to run major stadiums every single year. We're not talking about AT&T Stadium. We're not talking about these football-sized stadiums that fit 80 to 90,000 people. I get that's what they may want to do, but they don't have to do that. Why fill 30 to 40,000 people in a 90,000 seat arena stadium and then have people just completely shit all over it? Why don't you go a little bit more with what's in your wheelhouse? If they do Globe Life Stadium where the Texas Rangers play, that's a nice 40,000 people, give or take the setup for the pro wrestling show and the stage and the ring and all the production side of things. You're looking at 35,000 people. On what planet is that a bad turnout for a pro wrestling show? On what planet is that a bad look for All In? You got to start somewhere. AEW never went to the United Kingdom, so that first year is never going to be duplicated. That was their first year. Everybody was hungry for it. The more you do it, the less people are going to want to seek other options. The first time you did it, it's not going to be better than the first. Second time's not going to be better than the first. The third time's not going to be better than the first. Everybody has probably at this point been over it. You did it once, why do I need to do it again? AEW would be so much better off running in the United States and taking it around the United States from this point on. That's not to say they can't go and do it overseas again, but when the time is right. Don't dry out a market because you don't want anything to happen to your precious pro wrestling record. It's already going to be broken. It's on its way to being broken. Tony Khan holds that record near and dear to his heart. WWE is running WrestleMania in London. It is going to happen. Whether it happens at WrestleMania 42, 43, 44, 45, we don't know. It is going to happen within the next 5 years. And when they run London, they are running Wembley Stadium. It is I believe, the second largest, it may be the largest open-air arena in the entire country. 90,000 people. WWE is not going to run some small venue. WWE is not going to run some other stadiums that fit 50 to 60,000. For a 2-night WrestleMania, you better fucking believe they got their eyes on the overall attendance record, history-making, breaking records. Imagine WWE filling 90,000 fucking people at Wembley Stadium 2 nights in a row. That's what they're aiming for. And there's nothing that Tony Khan can do about it. When WWE comes to London, they are taking residency inside Wembley Stadium. That is the only place that WrestleMania will take place in the United Kingdom. And I can't wait for it. Gone are the days of Vince McMahon not wanting to run an overseas international WrestleMania. This will be the first of its kind. We will get WrestleMania in London. Gone are the days, the old school ways of Vince McMahon not wanting to run because of the time difference. I don't give a shit. Give me a 2 p.m. WrestleMania, man, all day long. I love it. I think that would be great. I'd be there. I would be there. AEW's not going to get me to go back to London for All In. I've been there, done that. WWE comes to Wembley, I'm there. I will be there. Love it. This news broke tonight. WrestleMania 42 is being discussed potentially. We don't really know, but I think the safe bet to say is that within the next 5 years, maybe shorter than that, WrestleMania is going to be in the United Kingdom, and WWE is going to shatter records in the pro wrestling industry that will probably never be broken again. And I think that's great. Thank you guys very much for all your support. If you did enjoy today's upload, man, please like the video. If you liked the video, please like the video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other content on the channel. Monday, I was live for Raw. Tuesday with Solid Monster on TNT, episode 58. Last night, we talked blood and guts for AEW. And I will not be live Friday for SmackDown because I will be doing commentary with the Solid Monster in Queens at House of Glory's High Intensity, where Swerve Strickland will battle the Amazing Red in the main events of our biggest show of the year. Should be a great one, but I will have more content throughout the weekend right here on Off the Script. Until then, guys, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you all right back here with more OTS.